Hello everybody, this is Mr. Rob and welcome back to another episode of the Seattle Mariners franchise here on MLB The Show 23 as we're back with Seattle as they start off this episode at home against the Texas Rangers. For the first time we're going to see them face this ball club. I hope you're ready for this one. If you are, make sure you drop that like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more Mariners content. On the bum for the Seattle Mariners will be Marco Gonzalez making his first start of the season. He spent plenty of time in the bullpen, was actually demoted down to AAA, but with the injury to Luis Castillo last episode, he has been called up to take that rotation spot. So we'll see how he does in his first start of 2023. He begins against Leody Taveras, who pops up into shallow first base territory for an easy play for the first out of the inning. Let's take a look at the Rangers ball club. They are the best team in the American League at getting on base, so very, very good, solid squad. It's a very tough AL West between the Mariners, the Rangers, the Astros, the Angels are somewhat competitive. I mean, this is a very, very tough division in Major League Baseball. Josh H. Smith up next will hit a 1-2 pitch into right center, but Rodriguez is over, and he'll record the second out of the inning. Nathaniel Lowe, the best batter for this team, will be up next, and he's going to pop it up into shallow left center, and Rodriguez again will put it away, and Gonzalez goes 1-2-3 in his first start of the season. Alrighty, John Gray is on the mound for the Rangers. He's made 6 starts this year. He's a perfect 6-0 on that record with a 2.30 ERA. He's putting up very, very solid numbers as he looks to continue this. He'll start off his day against Kolten Wong, the usual leadoff man for Seattle, 235 this season. He gets a full count pitch and rips it over to the right side of the infield, but it is going to be played and put out for the first out of the inning. Here's a look at how the Mariners will line up today. Usual starters: Crawford, France, Julio Rodriguez, Teoscar Hernandez, Eugenio Suarez, AJ Pollock, Cal Raleigh, and Dylan Moore. His team's one of the worst teams in the American League at hitting for slugging, 389. It's either you hit the long ball with this squad or they don't hit at all, which is, I mean, it's good when it's working. And speaking of long ball, Crawford hits this one high and long into the air, but it's an easy fly out and a right for out number 2. And then Ty France up next looks at strike 3, so both pitchers go 1-2-3 to begin their days. We'll stay with the Mariners, though. Bottom 2, Julio Rodriguez up first. He's going to be a first pitch swinger, and he's going to ground it to the right side of the infield. It's an easy play for the first out. How about Teoscar Hernandez up next? He's first pitch swinging as well, but this one's in left field in the seats. Teoscar Hernandez with a solo shot gets the scoring starter for the Mariners here in the second. Hernandez is swinging a pretty hot bat recently. It's his 5th home run of the season. Doesn't waste any time, going 365 down that left field line. And it's the M's who have an early lead here. AJ Pollock now later in the inning with 2 away. He'll flare one out into right field, and this one's actually going to get down, lands directly on the chalk. Umpire says it was a fair ball, so that is a 2-out single for Pollock. Nice piece of hitting. And then Cal Raleigh up next will draw a walk, so a little 2-out, couple of base runners here for Seattle. Dylan Moore, can he do anything with them? No, he strikes out on the curveball. Nice pitch from Gray. But he does give up 1, and we'll go bottom 3 now. Here's Kolten Wong, who perfectly connects on a fastball. Hits this one to deep right center, and this is a sight you rarely see. Kolten Wong goes yard. Yes, the leadoff man with his first home run of the season. There's things you don't see very often. One of those is a Kolten Wong homer. Only goes 397, barely clears the wall, but it's another run nonetheless for the Mariners, who are now up 2-0. Let's go to top 5. Corey Seager leading off for the Rangers. He's 0 for 1 today. And Marco Gonzalez is putting together a sensational game so far. Easy ground out here to begin the 5th. He's only given up 1 hit to this point. How about Marcus Semien, 0-2? He can't check his swing in time. No, as he goes around. That's the second out of the inning. Marco Gonzalez trying to go 1-2-3. Jonah high, full count. See you later. Circle change in there. Gonzalez 5 stellar innings. It's great. That's what you want to see. Joe Barlow comes up in relief for the Rangers as John Gray is going to get his first non-win decision of the season. Remember, a perfect 6-0. We're trying to make him 6-1. Bottom 6 here, J.P. Crawford to begin the festivities. Full count pitch to him. He gets a fastball right over the middle of the plate. Makes good timing on it, but just gets underneath it. This one into center where it's put away for the first out. How about Ty France? 1-2. Hits a fastball and just bloops this one into center field. Nice piece of hitting for France. And that puts one on for J-Rod. 3-1 pitch. J-Rod gets a nice fastball, but he just can't do nothing with it. Pops it up into foul territory. Second out of the inning. That's going to bring up Teoscar Hernandez again. He's gone yard once today. He takes a full count pitch and rips this one into the left field. So that'll be his second hit of the day for Teoscar Hernandez. And it's now 2 on, 2 outs for Eugenio Suarez. 1-0 fastball, clobbers it to deep left center, but just enough space. Someone's at the track and put away. So the Mariners don't get nothing in that inning. Gonzalez goes 6 strong innings, and in the 7th, here comes Diego Castillo. Has not put together a very good season. He's in control of the 7th inning, though, as he begins with the top of the order. Tavares, who lines this one over the glove of Suarez down the left field line, and a poorly played ball out there by Pollock. Doesn't cut it off, and Tavares with some speed is going to get all the way to third with a leadoff triple. So Tavares makes Castillo pay early. Pollock didn't give him any favors there, but Castillo bounces back nicely, hitting the outside corner. That puts away Josh Smith. How about Nathaniel Lowe? He's 3-0 swinging. He gets the green light, and for good reason. He bloops this one into center, and the Rangers have their first run of the ball game, now 2-1 as they cut this lead in half. Still only 1 away, and the Mariners, well, they're done with Diego Castillo. Going to turn it over to the very reliable Penn Murphy, who's finally given up an earned run this season. But a .44 ERA will take it. It's going to go down as Corey Seager strikes out looking outside part of the plate. And that brings up Marcus Semien, a big spot for him. Hitting .354 against righties this season. And Murphy, he's a righty. 1-1 pitch to Semien. He hits it to the right side of the infield. It's a base hit. It's going to go up, and it keeps the inning alive. Now 2 on, 2 out for the 6th spots. Jonah Heim, 0-1 pitch to Heim. Chopper to the third baseman, Suarez. He's going to go across the diamond and get some. So the Rangers do get one here in the 7th. Josh Spores is on the mound for the Rangers. Has not had a good season, but the Mariners just trying to get some insurance run here in the 7th. And after 2 outs, Moore clobbers one to left center, but it just dies out. So Spores comes in and gets the job done. Our setup man takes control in the 8th. Paul Sewald joins the mound. He's got 9 holds on the season. His first batter is Robbie Grossman, who takes a 2-2 fastball. This is popped up into left. Easy play out there this time for Pollock. How about Adolis Garcia? 1-1 pitch. Hits it to deep center. Rodriguez actually has to go back pretty far for this one, but it's a routine fly ball. Quick 2 away. Sewell trying to go 1-2-3 against the former top prospect, Josh Jung, and he goes and singles into right, so keeps the inning alive for the top of the order. That'll be it for Jung, though, as Ezekiel Duran is going to come and pinch run. Gets a little bit more speed on the base pass, but it's not going to matter. Tavares swings and misses for strike 3. That ends the 8th. We'll go bottom 8 here. Josh King now in relief for the Rangers, as once again the Mariners just looking for another insurance run. They have 2 down again, and Ty France, he's going to lace one into left field, so a 2-out single this time. Don't go down 1-2-3 as the Mariners trying to add a little bit more. But Rodriguez, first pitch swinging again, is going to ground this one to the right side of the infield. And the Mariners will take a 1-run lead into the 9th for Andres Munoz. As he's been a perfect 12 for 12 on the season, so we're hoping that 1 run is enough. 2.92 ERA for the flamethrower. He begins against Josh Smith, who is 0 for 3 on the day, 1 for 7 on his young season. First pitch to him, and he's going to try to hit it 101 on the gun, and he just flares out into left while Pollock is underneath. It's hard to hit 101 miles per hour. How about Nathaniel Lowe? Ooh, he gets plunked. Slider runs inside. That's got to hurt. That puts the tying run on for Corey Seager. He's going to ground this one over to Suarez. Go across the diamond to first. They get him. Double play, and it ends the game. The Mariners hold on and win here by a final score of 2-1 to take the first game at home against the Texas Rangers. Mariners only get 2 runs, but it is enough. Solid pitching all around. Marco Gonzalez, 6 strong innings. We give John Gray his first loss of the season as well. Both teams had 6 hits, but it was the Mariners who had 2 runs to the Rangers 1. Gonzalez, rightfully so, does get player of the game. His sensational first start. That's what we'd like to see if he wants to stay on this big league roster, because it's basically him and Justice Sheffield competing for that spot when Castillo gets healthy. Mariners also win Game 2 as they win by a final score of 7-3. Julio Rodriguez with 5 RBIs in this game. That's what you like to see out of J-Rod. Tough news for the White Sox around the league. Eloy Jimenez, remember he was on that 30-game hit streak? Well, he's now going to be on the shelf for 2 to 3 months with a broken forearm. Big blow for the White Sox. He's been hitting .387. Already had 17 home runs, putting up MVP numbers. Unfortunately, he's going to be on the shelf for the Chi Sox. They're also missing Tim Anderson for a month or 2, so the White Sox are really struggling when it comes to injuries. It's a very unfortunate blow. Somebody always gets bit by the injury bug, and it looks like it is the Chicago White Sox. We do lose Game 3, though, by a final score of 4-1. Thor shuts us down in this one as we get Logan Gilbert on the mound, and Penn Murphy actually has a bad game in the pen. Second half of this episode, we're going to travel to Detroit to face the 12-25 Detroit Tigers. This is a Tiger squad that is clearly in a rebuild, and, well, they've kind of been in rebuild for basically the past, 5 to 6 years. Julio Rodriguez is going to take the mound for the Tigers, one of their better pitchers in their rotation. The lefty gets the first one out and then plunks J.P. Crawford to begin his day, so that'll put him on board. France is in the 3 spot, 2-2 pitch to him. Perfectly slaps one into left field for a base hit, so the Mariners trying to get after Rodriguez early here in this one. How about Rodriguez, 2-2 pitch, and he slaps one into left field, a base hit, and that's going to round. And they're going to send the runner home. Crawford scores these, and Rodriguez with another RBI. He just had a 5 RBI game against the Rangers, trying to keep up that hot stroke. Teoscar Hernandez up next. Tries to get through the infield, and, well, a nice play is thrown off the bag by a bad throw. They're going to say it's an E6. Don't know if I agree because that wasn't really supposed to be a hit anyway. But loads the bases for A.J. Pollock. Hit .299 on the season. 0-1 pitch to him. Turns on one, lifts it into left center. This one is going to be caught. They're going to send the runner home. France to home plate. They actually don't test it. And instead, that is an easy sac fly. And the Mariners take a 2-0 lead here early. And Eugenio Suarez not done. Single up the middle. The Mariners striking hot. This is what we haven't seen out of Seattle in quite some time. As Hernandez unfortunately gets thrown out at third base on a close call. But the Mariners, they plate 3 in the top of the first inning, which turns it over for the 2021 AL Cy Young Award winner Robbie Ray. So you get to take the mound with a 3-run cushion, and you even have to throw a pitch in. That's kind of a nice gig. Going to start off the day against Akil Baddoo, and he'll walk him to begin. That puts up Riley Green now, who laces one over the glove of France over there at first base. Nice effort. But that's back-to-back base runners now for the Tigers, and quickly they have runners on scoring position. They're looking to get after Robbie Ray early. Miggy up next. The future Hall of Famer rips this one into left field. It is going to be caught, but Baddoo's got some speed, and he will tag with ease. A sac fly for the Tigers. And both offenses trying to start today hot. Eric Hasse up next. Looks at strike 3. Checked his swing, but it didn't matter. Clips the bottom half of the zone. 2 outs for Matt Vierling, and he will strike out as well. So both teams score in the first. We're actually going to go way later into this game. Other than the first inning, pitchers have been dominant as Rodriguez settles down. And in comes Matt Manning in the 6th inning. 5 innings for Eduardo Rodriguez, excuse me. Manning comes in and gets a liner from Hernandez. And how about Pollock? He hits this one also to center field. A lazy fly ball out there. Keeps the center fielder very busy today. 2 outs now for Eugenio Suarez, who's not going to waste any time. He's going to first pitch swing as well. And Matt Manning goes 1, 2, 3 in the 6th. Offense is ice cold after that red hot start. Penn Murphy will come in relief for the Mariners. His ERA now up over 1, surprisingly. As 6 strong innings as well for Robbie Ray. As we go bottom 7, Javi Baez steps into the plate for the Tigers, and he will ground one to the right side of the infield. And Colton Wong flashing the leather. And that's the 2-time Gold Glover on display right there. Gets Baez at first. And then Jonathan Scope grounder to Suarez. And pitching has been dominant, to say the least, in this game. That's out number 2. And then Kerry Carpenter up next. Easy fly ball. You take away the first inning, and there has probably been single-hand base runners by both teams. That's how dominant these 2 pitching staffs have been. We're going to go into the 8th now. Paul Sewald in for the Mariners, which means it's hold time. 2-run lead, trying to keep it that way as Ryan Creeder will ground out to Ty France. How will the next batter? Akil Baddoo, 0 for 2 on the day. Grounder easy over to Crawford as short. He has to charge in, and he gets him at first base. Nice play by Crawford. And then Riley Green, easy grounder to Suarez. Keeps the ball on the ground, and Sewald gets 3 groundouts to get through the 8th. Top 9, Alex Lang will come in relief for the Tigers. And the Mariners also yet to score since the first inning. He's 6 for 6 on saves. This isn't a save opportunity, but a nice inning of work for Lang to get the first one out from Pollock. And then you got Eugenio Suarez up next, 2-1. He's going to lift this one high and deep into left. This one's got some carry at the wall and just enough space. Oh, that one was going to clear the fence for sure. But it's an F7 and then an F9 as Lane comes in. And it gets 1, 2, 3, which means the Mariners will take a 2-run lead into the 9th, which means it's Andres Munoz time. 13 for 13. going for that 14th save. He's got a 2-run lead today as he'll begin against Miggy, who's 0 for 1 on the day. He's walked, sacrificed fly with an RBI. He's given the Tigers their only run of the day, and he hits a fastball, first pitch swinging out to center. That's Julio Rodriguez out there to make it for the first out. Catcher Eric Haase up next. He looks at a strike. He thought that was ball 4. Hase's got to get back into the batter box. Next pitch, it doesn't really matter as he singles up the middle. But Hase does reach on base. So tying run now at the plate. Matt Vierling strikes out slider. 89 running away from you. It's hard pitch, which means the Tigers' hopes lie in the hands of Javi Baez. Grounded out back in the 7th. First pitch, 101 fastball, lifts it easily into left field for Pollock, and that's how this ball game will end. The Mariners win by a final score of 3-1. Another great day for the pitching. Ray gave up 1 in the first, but if you take that 1 run away, it was 8 scoreless innings. As the Tigers lose another one, and the Mariners keep their hot streak going. Only 4 hits for the Tigers, 5 for the Mariners, so not much better. Ray gets the win, Rodriguez the loss, and Munoz the 14th save. As Robbie Ray also gets player of the game, struck out 4 in those 6 innings of work. And he nets the first game for the Mariners. How about game 2? The Tigers win it by a final score of 3-2. The Mariners again score both their runs in the first and then go ice cold. This is Akita Badu with a 3-run shot to give the Tigers their runs of the game. We got another trade in the MLB. The Garrett Cooper is sent to the Twins for Brooks Lee, and I think this is a very good trade for the Twins. Twins are obviously trying to make a push for the playoffs, and Garrett Cooper, who's a free agent at the end of the season, has been playing very strong this year. Yes, they had to give up a B-level prospect with the Marlins or somebody who's not competing, so I think this is a win-win for both sides. Game 3, we do come back and win 8-4, so we win another series as Julio Rodriguez had 2 doubles and a homer in this game and 6 RBIs, so in the past 2 series, Rodriguez has 12 RBIs. That's an easy way to jump that total. That'll do it for this one. Next episode, we'll have a road series against the Red Sox and a road series against the Braves that are Seattle Mariners go on a little Eastern road trip sitting at 24-16. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Sorry about the infrequent uploads. I'm still at my parents' house. It's still kind of up in the air. But thank you guys so much for sticking with the series. I enjoyed the support and reading you guys' comments. But this is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one.